Hey sports fans, this is straight from the basement with Ommy. I'm a sports fan who always said, if I never played a sport professionally, then I want to talk about it. I'm born and raised in New York City. Played organized basketball for several well-known teams in the mid-'70s and the early '80s, such as the legendary Home Cold Rucker Tournament, Melbank, Stone Gym and Riverside Church, LaGuardia House, and my all-time favorite, Each One Teach One. Having sports in my life at an early age always kept me out of trouble. If I wasn't playing basketball, I was either playing football or baseball. Hey sports fans, this is straight from the basement with Ommy, where my opinions, views, and facts will cover the hottest, the latest, and the past sports events. Welcome once again. I want to continue to thank everyone who has liked and subscribed to my podcast. And if this is the first time you viewing it, please do the same. Now, as always, before I even get into today's topic, I got two hot topics today that I must talk about. And we're talking about Ja Morant. Listen, Ja Morant, I know he's been in trouble. He's been putting himself in certain situations. But I believe when he comes back from his suspension and whatever else is going on with him, that he's going to be a different young man. We ain't going to hear a peep from him. I truly believe that. Listen, he's the man that put Murray State University on the March Madness map. I call him Mr. Excitement. Listen, you already know what he brings to the game. But Ja, you know what you got to do from now on, man. You got to stay out of trouble and just do the damn thing. And I'm rooting for you. Like most people are rooting for you. So we hoping and praying that you get it together before you get back. So I want to move on to my second hottest topic. And listen, this is a pet peeve of mine. I got a question. What happened to wearing high-top sneakers when playing basketball? Because I don't understand it. Please, somebody explain to me in my YouTube comment section why most college, the NBA players are wearing low-top sneakers. I mean, it's like mind-boggling to me. I don't understand it. I can't even talk about it sometimes. I don't understand it. From the star players on down, with the ankle and the foot injuries. I mean, it's galore. Look at what just happened to KD. He wasn't even playing. He was in practice. He's out. I mean, it's like a nonstop thing. It's like the manufacturers stopped making high top sneakers and everybody's wearing low tops. I mean, I could do a whole show on this, but I ain't got the time because I got a long show today. Listen, what I got to say about that is this, man. I need you guys to tell me why. Please just tell me why. Because you would think that between the crossovers, the Euro steps, the high fly dunking, and everything else that goes on the basketball court, you would think that the ankle and the foot support would be the major concern. But it's not. Again, somebody please tell me why. Listen, I'm going to move on to today's topic because I could go on and on with that one. Today's topic is the road to the Final Four. I'm so excited I can't even say the subject. The road to the Final Four. Listen, I don't know about you viewers and listeners, but for me, this time of the year brings me nothing but joy. I'm at peace. You can't get me upset this time of year. I mean, I'm in my basketball world. Heaven, whatever you want to call it. You can't get me upset. You just can't get me upset. Listen, these next 3 weeks, you're talking about non-stop, insane competition. You're talking about an emotional roller coaster. You're talking about excitement at an all-time high. I'm talking about the March Madness, y'all. Y'all know what it is. For those who know, you know what it is. Now, this is when the NBA, they take a back seat for the next 3 weeks. And the NBA world knows this. I mean, for those who just watch, who love basketball, and you love it, but you only watch NBA games, listen, I don't even know what to tell you. I mean, I just don't know what to tell you. I can't even tell you what you're missing, but you need to get on it because these next 3 weeks, starting March 14th and ending April 3rd, is basketball in heaven, period. So for this topic, I have a few guests for this show. So I want to introduce my guests to y'all. I got J Ice from Brooklyn, New York in the house. I got Ted from Harlem, New York. And we got the Big T from the Boogie Down Bronx, New York. What's up, fellas? How y'all doing? Talk to me. How y'all doing?
What's good? What's good?
How you doing, Ted? Talk to me.
Good. I'm good, bro. I'm good, T.
Good, Big T. Yeah, I see that Louisville. Louisville. Yes. So, listen, I just gotta say one thing. We got the March Madness selection that's just completed. And I know y'all, you know what I'm saying? 'Cause that's why y'all on this show. And I know for me, this is like, this time of the year brings me joy. And I'm at peace. And like I told the wife the other day, I said, listen, ain't nothing you or anybody else can get me upset through these next 3 weeks. I said, because I'm in basketball heaven. So we're going to get it on. We're going to have some fun. And here we go. So we're going to dive right on in. So question number 1, J Ice. The brackets are set. Who do you think is going to the Final Four and why? Please explain.
One team, Purdue.
Duke. Okay.
Explanation, Eddie.
Big
My
Eddie.
man is the real deal. He should be number 1 in the draft. We're going to make it happen.
Yes. All right, so you got Purdue. Who's the other 3 going? Talk to me.
Arizona.
We got Arizona coming out. Okay. You got Arizona.
We got Kansas.
Okay. Out north, West region. Okay.
Let me see. I got my notes here.
Well, you got the Midwest still. Who's coming out of the Midwest?
Give me a second.
Because the way these brackets are set up this year is normally.
Oh, Texas.
Coming out Texas?
Texas. Those boys is bad. They bad.
All right, so let me get this straight. Out of the East, you got Purdue coming out. Out of the West, you got Kansas coming out. Midwest, you just said you got who? Texas? And in the South, who you got coming out? Arizona. Okay. All right. Well, thank you. Thank you so much for that. Same question, Ted. Who you got going into the Final Four?
All right. My Final Four coming out the South. I got Alabama.
Okay, Bama.
Coming out the East is my Cinderella team.
Whoa.
The Memphis Tigers.
Oh, you got
Eddie Hardaway and the crew. He got them boys playing hard.
Hardaway.
I watched them in the field. Yes, watch them. And I got, of course, I got the hometown of Houston. Because you know the Final Four is in Houston.
Right, that's
and my
true.
last team is UCLA. The Bruins from UCLA.
Javier, hockey and the boys. Okay.
And them boys from out there.
Yeah, they tough. They seasoned, they seniors. Same question, thanks, Ted. Same question, Big T. Talk to me. Who going to the Final Four?
All right, I got coming out the Midwest. I got Texas.
Texas, okay. We got 2 Texases.
Coming out the West, I got the Kansas Jayhawks.
Okay, we got a number 1.
KU.
Okay.
And coming out south, I got Bama.
Oh, you got the Bama.
Coming out the east, I got Purdue. They got this 7-2 big boy.
You talking about Big Edie.
Big Edie. NBA.
Yeah, he's hungry this year. Big Edie. His body has matured. His speed. Because remember when he first came in, he was like if he was running in backwards, slow motion. Now he's picked it up. I says, look at him. And then his legs are like tree trunks. I'm like, look at him.
NBA ready.
NBA ready. You are absolutely right. Thank you for that. Thank all three of y'all for the question number one. Question number two, J Ice. It seems like each year there's at least one Cinderella team that makes it to the Sweet 16. Who do you think is that team this year and why? Please explain.
Oh man, I got a couple.
You got a couple.
First one, Drake
Ooh.
versus Miami. Drake, don't sleep on those boys. I mean, I don't like his rap, but I like his university. Those boys got something going on. Penn State. If you saw them play today, those boys got it going on too. I think they're gonna make some noise.
So who's that? That's Drake and what you said, Penn
State.
Penn State.
But I got my wish list, but that's Grand Canyon University.
Wow, you got the Grand Canyon.
Alfonso Ellis' sons on that team.
Okay. All right. Well, listen, you got real long shots. And listen, this is the March Madness. We didn't seen it. We see it every year. But we know every year is always one that makes it to the Sweet 16 that has no business even being there, but they there. Same question, Ted. Talk to me.
Well, I told you about Memphis, right?
Yes, you did. Them Tigers.
I definitely got Memphis, man. The Memphis Tigers. I watched them play a few games in they tournament. I watched them today, especially. I don't know if you saw them today, but yo, they ran through Houston. Yo, Penny Hardaway had them boys running up and down the court all day, keeping the pressure on. He got their mindset right, which I think is important for tournament time. So that's why I got Memphis. And the other team I got that I think is going to give some people help, that's going to give some people a problem, is San Diego State. You got to watch them too. They got a couple of boys on their team, man. Them boys is kind of hungry. So watch them at least get into the, like you said, the Sweet 16, right? They don't got to go no further than that. Yeah, I got them in the Sweet 16.
You know them San Diego. I've been rooting for them like the last 5 years. And not that they disappoint me. I just be thinking they're going to make some ground. I don't know about Sweet 16. I've been checking them. You may have a point. I don't know. They may. But I'm feeling you with the Memphis Tigers though. Okay? Cuz you know, I'm feeling them. Cuz Penny, yeah, he coaching. He's doing his thing. Same question, Big T. Thanks, Ted. Same question. Who's going to the Sweet 16? Who's the sleeper this year?
Okay, I got two. First one, I got one, like you said, Memphis. Penny Hardaway.
Okay.
Yeah, I got, they're peaking right now. And in any sport, when you peak, at this time, this is the time you're supposed to peak. And they're peaking. So I'm going to kind of slide with them to the Sweet 16, Memphis Tigers. My other sleeper is a team that did it before. They were there before, Sweet 16, a sleeper. And their coach is in the tournament right now, coaching another team.
Oh, you talking about those Seton Halls?
You talking about VCU.
VCU.
Yeah, I knew that's what he's talking about. Shaka Smart.
Okay. Shaka. Okay. All right.
Yeah,
That's
he
it.
can go in the Sweet 16.
Okay. All right. Thank you all three for those questions, for those responses. Listen, the Cinderella teams, man, it's very hard to predict when the round one begins. It's like real hard. It doesn't really come into reality until after Friday night is over and one of the big boys got eliminated. Then all the attention goes on who just eliminated him. Yo, that was a 12 seed. Now all eyes is on that 12 seed. You know what I'm saying? So we gonna see. It's gonna be a goodie. We gonna see. I'm very excited. All right, question number 3. Jay Ice. This question is not related to this topic. Do you think the one and done by star players hurt college basketball? If so, why?
Oh,
Please
hell yeah.
explain.
Hell yeah. I mean, look at Randall on the Knicks. That boy could have used another 2 years in college and stuff. That just
Kentucky.
not only did it hurt the NCAA, it hurt the NBA. But it's the mindset now. The mindset is not going for education and trying to make basketball the way to get to that and to capitalize and then to realize that you know you have a future. This is like, I don't need to speak English. I just need to go there, shoot the ball. That's the Kentucky syndrome.
Right.
But yeah, I definitely think that it's been a problem. I think that 1 year, one and done, two and done would have been better.
Okay, we on the same page. We are definitely on the same page. And that's one of the reasons why I put this question together, but I'm going to talk about it a little later. Thank you for that, Jay Ice. Ted, same question. Is the one and done hurting?
Is it hurting college basketball or is it hurting the players? What's the question again? Let me make sure I answer the question right.
Do you think the one and done by star players hurt college basketball?
I don't think it hurts college basketball.
Okay.
On a whole, I still think college basketball is always going to be college with guys coming in, going out. I think because of the rules that they have for the players coming in, well, until they started this IL thing, this new thing with that, and people couldn't, college kids couldn't get no money.
Right.
And these colleges was making all these millions of dollars off these kids. These kids couldn't get paid. Now, I think that was hurting the kids more than it was the colleges, because the colleges were getting paid. People were still going to attend the games. People still going to do what they've been doing as far as participating in the game. So I don't think really the one and done hurts college basketball as a whole. Yeah, as a whole, I don't think it's hurting any because them cats are still making millions of dollars. The TV prices are going, the TV deals are going up. And now, the players are getting paid, man. So I think the players should be ready to go to pro, do the one and done and go to pro and get some real money. Whether they going to straight to the pros or either going to the G League. At least they able to, make some money, and not only the colleges and the coaches is getting all the money. So I don't think it's hurting the one and done. I don't think it's hurting college basketball.
Okay. Well, all right. Well, Ted, thank you. Thank you for that opinion. Thank you very much. Same question, Big T. Same question. Talk to me.
Yeah, the one and done. Why I say it is hurting in a way, because the college coaches don't get a chance to develop a relationship with the one and done guys. And you notice that a lot with Kentucky. Calipari don't really have no relationships with those guys. Those guys come, they know they're going to get their one and done and go to the NBA. So in that sense, yeah, it hurts the camaraderie of the team itself. When you got a guy there for 1 year, he ain't going to really gel like that. When you got a guy there for 2 years or 3 years, they got more camaraderie, they gel, they play better. and done. Kentucky was big for that one and done.
Yeah.
And that one and done definitely hurt. But you know what? A lot of these kids come from inner city where the money, they gotta go for the money. They feel that's their lotto. They're gifted to play the game. So now we're gonna make some money off of what we gifted to do. Even though, like you said, the one and done hurts the college sport, but for the players, they need the money. A lot of them don't have opportunities to get money when nowhere else, and they're gifted. So yes, in one way, yes, in another way, no.
Okay, thank you so much for that. Thank you all three of y'all for that opinion, because I've been before even doing these podcast shows. That's always been the question of mine. You know, I look at the Kyrie Irvings. I mean, I'm a Dookie, as you guys know, as you can see, right? Kyrie, March Madness. Kyrie only played, if I'm not mistaken, 9 regular season games because he was hurt most of the season in his freshman year. And then from there, as soon as they got knocked out of the March Madness, boom, he's in the NBA. And I'm saying, where's the maturity? Where's the getting ready for your professional? This is gonna be your life, your bread and butter. Where is it? You know, the one and done cats just breaking out. Yeah, I got what you're saying, Ted. But listen, I'm gonna get into that in a few. So I want to move on to question number 4, J Ice. This question is not related to this topic. It's similar to question number 3. More than a quarter of the players that leave after their first year don't last in the NBA before their 3rd year. Should this percentage of players stay in college or take their chances? Please explain, J Ice.
Listen, it depends on what happens to them after that 3rd year. I mean, are they bagging groceries like John Starks or something like that, or are they making something out of themselves, going back and finishing their schooling? You know, that's what's important. But I think that most of them aren't going back to school. Most of them weren't going to school in the first place to finish school. And one thing you have is, if you're an athlete that's a star, that one and done, that 2 years out, 3 years out, you have agents that are going to handle your money, but you also have a mindset that makes you kind of really thinking about what you're going to do with your life.
Right.
When you're 19, jumping out there into a grown man's world, they ain't ready. They ain't ready for a lot of things. LeBron's and Kobe, aberrations. Those guys were like perfect examples of that's what we want to see happen. But it ain't the reality.
It ain't the reality.
2 years in, get some discipline, get some coaching, get some life experience of, the kid that went and killed the guy in Alabama.
Yeah.
You know, all this crazy stuff happening, in college.
Yeah.
They ain't ready. Stay in school for 2 years at least.
At least.
Then go to the G League, go to the NBA, go overseas, do what you need to do.
Yeah. You just said a lot what I was getting ready to say later on about question number 4. But I'm going to say it anyway. Big Ted, same question, Ted. Talk to me.
Now, I think that it depends on the player, the caliber of the player. Now, like you said, Kyrie Irving, he played 9 games, 11 games. He went to the pro. He was ready. His game was ready. It didn't make sense for him to stay in college. Watching them college make all that money off of him, and he don't make a dime. You might as well go get paid. But in other cases, now I know 2 brothers personally that played ball against my son, was playing against my son.
Okay.
2 cats. One of them went to Syracuse, and one of them went to Seton Hall. They both played 1 year each, and they got the advice from agents to go pro. And like you said, they lasted in the pro. And crazy thing, both of them went to the Nets. Both of them started out at the Nets and didn't last. One of them went to Washington. One of them started out at Washington and then came to the Nets. The other one started out at the Nets. And they stayed in the league maybe 2-3 years. They wasn't getting much playing time. They got bad advice, man, and they played their way right out of the league. So if you're not a super duper star, like 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 them cats one and done. I mean, they coming in and they going out. If you're not of that status, then stay in school, man, because a lot of cats been getting a lot of bad advice, leaving early and going to the pros and not getting no run, and then they just end up playing their way out of the league, going to Europe or somewhere, and that's what them two cats did.
Yeah.
So, it all depends. If you got skills like Carmelo Anthony or like them cats, kid from the Hawks, Trey Young and them, it don't make sense you staying in the pros. Don't make sense you staying in college. I mean, you do your 1 year, staying in college for.
Yeah, you listen. You hit it right on the nail, Ted. I'm gonna piggyback on what you just finished saying a little later. Thank you for that. Big T, same question. Talk to me.
Yeah, well, the good thing about the way the league is in the college now, they got the NIL deal, whereas that the players can make some money. So that gives them an incentive to hang around a little longer before they could just jump out. Everybody ain't NBA ready. Everybody ain't NBA ready coming out of college. So to me, if you're not NBA ready, you'll know it because your stats, the people, your agent, the coaches, they would tell you, listen, go right away. But for the most part, a lot of these players do say they're not NBA ready. So they hurt themselves by jumping out early. And what they wind up doing, going to the G League, hanging around there, might get lucky, get a call up, come back, and get a 10-day, might get a 10-day here, 10-day there.
Right.
This kid that played for Louisville, Jones, Carlito Jones, he just got a full contract. He was in the G League. He left matter of fact.
I remember Carlito. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He's a good example of what I'm talking about, hanging around and getting a shot. And I think he's on Chicago right now. So he might have a shot if he can produce while he's there. But 100%, if you're not NBA ready, stay in college.
Stay in college.
Don't jump.
Yeah, you got y'all singing the same song I'm singing. Definitely singing the same song I'm singing. Well, I'm gonna hit the question number 5, J Ice, and I think T just finished mentioning something about players with the monies. This question is not related to this topic. Should star college basketball players get the same financial gains as star football players? Please explain, because I looked that up. I know college star football players. Oh yeah, they getting a little $2-3 million here. They getting all kinds of perks. I'm not hearing that in the basketball world. Talk to me.
Well, listen, with the NIL, that changed everything. But my view is all college athletes should get some cut of that pie. Basketball, football, women's, lacrosse, hockey, field hockey, because the college is making so much money off of all of them, because there's no venue, no game that don't come with the ticket price. You don't get to walk in and see it unless you're in Division III, like we was in Oswego. So then they hoping that you're gonna come and show up. I think that all of them should get some sort of compensation, but it needs to be kind of structured so that you're not going to school just to get paid. You got education. It's got to be education. You got to have that, because since most of the athletes that are in college, they are persons of color. Education still has to be our number one goal. We can't lose track of that for the money, but we can't lose track of the money and let it go to the white owners, because all colleges they own by white owners. That's what it is.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much for that, Ice. You so right. You so true. Same question, Ted. Talk to me. Unmute, Ted. Unmute. 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 Yeah.
Hit me with the question again, Tom. I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, question number 5 is, should star college basketball players get the same financial gains as star football players? Because we know star football players, you know, they some of them getting 2-3 mil. They getting it. They getting it. They getting it from all avenues. But I'm not hearing that when it comes to the star college basketball players.
Well, that's strange because it seemed like the star basketball players should be getting more money than the star football players, being that they play more games than they do. I'm sure they intake more revenue for college basketball than they do for college football, being that they only play one time a week. In football, they play two, 3 times a week in college basketball. So I know they get them, you know, they make.
Man, listen, before I even put that question together, I looked and I checked and I triple checked, and I ain't see nobody in college basketball getting any kind of money. But when you go and you do the same search when it comes to the star football players, oh yeah, they getting it. They getting it. They getting it in all kinds of avenues. They getting it.
Then my answer to you should be basketball players should be making just as much as they do, if not more, because they play more games, and I'm sure they bring in more revenue than the football team.
I agree. And like, you know, we mentioned Big Edie earlier for Purdue, right? Like Big T said, you know, he's going number 1. He's definitely going number 1, right? But I'm not seeing no money, no financial gains, no nothing coming this young man's way. So I don't think he's getting anything other than getting his education and winning game after game and getting his stats and getting his body ready for NBA. But I don't see no agent, no outside agent, no money's coming his way.
Well, I'm sure where they at? Purdue. That's Indiana. I'm sure his jersey is selling a lot out there, and he making some money off of that.
Well, you may be right, and I'm gonna double check, but I didn't see anything.
Like I said, if they get less, then they need to be paid more.
Okay, well, thank you. Same question, Big T. Talk to me. Same question.
Yeah, the college football it's been too widespread. They're making more money than the college basketball. I agree 100% with you, partner. And the college football, it's hard to say what I'm saying. It's more like, you know, a racial thing too, because college basketball, 90% of college basketball, I feel, is black and people of color. College football is more of them in that sense. So they're gonna make sure their kids and them get that money. Right. And the college basketball got to do a better. The community with the people of color got to do better to promote us too, so we can make that money, because the money's there to be made.
No doubt. So true. I think I lost T on the freeze. So I'm going to move on to question number 6. Question number 6, J Ice. March Madness. Would you change one thing to make the tournament even better, or no changes is needed? Talk to me, Ice.
I'm kind of in between on this, because I was just watching with the selection and how they were talking about things. You know, you got the selection committees looking at certain aspects of a college team's schedule. You know, and one of the things is you try to schedule, if you're a lower ranked team, you know, you want to try to go get some big name teams on your schedule, so you kind of put your name in the hat in the hat to try to get some of them. But then if those big name teams have a bad year and you were lucky to get them, even if you beat them, you ain't gaining nothing and stuff. So I think it should be a little bit more, I guess, structured, where look at certain elements of things and not be so subjective and or straight the schedule. I think they should look at how the teams are playing like the second half of the year a little bit too, a little bit more, because teams get hot at the end. Some of the better teams have stumble in the beginning, but then they cranking it out, and then some of the teams that they ain't ranked up in the top 125 and stuff, but then they're creeping up and stuff, and then they're there. Alabama was down at first. Now they're there. Tennessee was up. Now they kind of down, but I still think that they're there. And then all these teams that are getting passed over. NC, even though they didn't make the 20, if they did make the 20, they'd probably win 2 or 3 games before they went out.
NC, I know. I watched them all year. You're right.
And then you're gonna see like Duke, they in the tourney and they're gonna be out in the first game.
Okay.
I don't want to hear that.
You taking that? Listen, I ain't starting and I ain't taking it personal. I'm gonna leave that alone.
I'm picking Furman. Furman's going 40 years since Furman was in the tourney. And the only way to get in the tourney is they have to win the tournament the championship for the league. So sometimes that automatic bid, maybe there should be no automatic bids.
Okay.
Right. Make everybody fight for it.
I didn't think about that one. You may have a point. And before I get to Ted, the reason why I threw that question, because every year, once a selection is completed, right, now you're hearing all the other sports analysts, this one's complaining about this, why this team ain't make it. I don't know what the selection committee was thinking. It's always an issue. Every time, this time is, and that's all they're gonna talk about all night tonight and tomorrow. They got to do better. They need to change some things. So I wanted to know from y'all. Listen, do anything needs to change? Ted, talk to me. You like the way it is, or what?
I like it. I like it the way it is. But some teams be getting snuffed, man. It's what they should do, add more teams to the whole thing. Because give us like another weekend of this, man, because we love the March Madness. Right. Add more teams. I think every team that end up in the top 25 at the end of the year on that poll, right, AP poll, all of them should be in, because you're in the top 25. All of them do not make it, which is bad. I think the teams that won their tourney should win. Then next, the top 25 get in. Then they go do what they do. Add some more teams. Right? That'd be add 10, 20 more teams, man. 2 more teams, 2 or 4 more teams to each site.
Listen, I don't think we as basketball lovers can handle
4 weeks of March Madness.
I can handle
go insane.
They start early. They start.
We will go insane. I don't think we can take it. Well, good question. Thank you for your response, Ted. Same question, Big T. Talk to me. Bring us home.
Yes. Now, with the way the college selection the committee, I think it's fair because it gives the lower schools a chance with the automatic bid. Because if they didn't have the automatic bid, the schools like he said, Furman and other little lower schools wouldn't be able to get in the tournament because they always talk about quad 1 win.
Right.
Quad 1 is these lower teams ain't playing quad 1 teams. So you can't just say, okay, get rid of the automatic bid. It's got to be an automatic bid because it gives the other teams, the VCUs, the Furmans, those type of teams a chance to get in the tournament. And that's what makes them become a Cinderella. Because quad one teams, Duke, North Carolina, Kansas, they don't play those teams like that.
No.
Throughout the year, right? They always say quad one, quad two, quad three. Quad one is you got a lot of quad one wins. You're gonna be like Alabama. They got the third. This year they was the third most quad one wins out of all the college teams. So I think it's good. Keep it the way it is. Don't extend it. It went from 64 to 68. Before you know, we'll be having 100. There's too many. We can deal with.
So I just finished telling Ted, we won't be able to handle that. It's too much now.
We ain't gonna be able to handle it. So
it's just another cable channel.
Ted said 10 more games, 10 more teams. Ted's saying 10 more teams.
No, they already extended. It was 64. They made it 68, right? You don't remember? It was 64 teams.
Yeah. 68 now. Yeah.
68.
Yeah. Well,
so
hey, listen.
Now they're gonna keep it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, fellas, thank y'all for all 6 responses for all 6 questions. I appreciate y'all so much. Now, I got to give you guys my opinion on question number 4. Question number 4 was more than a quarter of the players that leave after the first year don't last in the NBA before their third year. Should this percentage of players stay in the college or take their chances? Now, I think all 3 of y'all said what I said. They need to stay in the college. And here's my reasoning, okay? Unless this player's got Zion Williamson, Kyrie Irving, or John Morant caliber, he's like that freshman year, then yeah, break out. Don't need to stay because you good. You gonna be good. But if you ain't at that caliber, right? You ain't that caliber, then you need to stay. At least I'm going to take it another year, Jimmy, because I know you said sophomore year. I'm going with the junior year. I'm going with the junior year because you got too many good players coming out of college. They good. They ain't star players, but they good players in college, right? And they coming out right after freshman year. And then they get lost on the bench. They get lost. There's players every year when the March Madness is over. Now I'm looking for them because I know they got drafted because I'm watching the draft. I watched them play in college. I can't find them. And then when I locate them, right, they either one or two things. They on that bench at the end or they at the G League. Like you said, T, some don't even make it back up. Right? Now, you're talking about going overseas, trying to get a little crumb here and there from China or wherever you're going to run to, Europe, right? Your whole life is changing. Now you got to make a power move because you got to earn some money. You know what I'm saying? You got to earn some money because this is what you went to school for. You know what I mean? You ain't get your degree. From 9 to 10, you didn't get your degree. So you got to earn some money. No NBA team wants you. I look at Cam Reddish, who the Knicks just let go. Now Reddish is with, who's Reddish with right now? Cam Reddish. Cam is with, oh my, I just had a senior moment.
They just traded him out.
It's like the Midwest.
Right.
Now, I think Cam is in Utah. I can't remember.
Utah, I think that's where. Yeah.
Now, me being a Dookie, right? And then when we had our Zion Williams, Cam, and that crew, right? Cam and Big Mark and Big Williams, the center, right? Okay. Now, I said out of that crew who was talking about, because they said these 4 freshmen right here going pro right after. And I said, nah, 3 of them can go. Cam was the one I kept saying he's not ready. And I kept saying that all season. He's not ready, but he jumped on the bandwagon because he knew he was going to get drafted because he coming out with Zion in him, right? Now, what happened? Your man Tipolo, the Knicks didn't even want to play him when he came to New York.
He should have played. He should have played.
Look,
he's doing work.
He, like many others, gonna bounce. They gonna bounce from team to team.
Let me tell you something, T. Cam was more ready than Barrett when he came out.
Yes.
Cam was
I don't believe that.
Yes.
Yo, Cam is a way better player than Barrett. I'm telling you. I seen him, but I'm telling you, Cam is a way better. They just got to give him. No, they just got to give Cam some. They just got to give him some minutes. He just got to get on the right team. Thibodeau didn't want to play him. I'm glad he was gone from the Knicks because that's my guy. Let me tell you, Cam is my guy. He better than Barrett, man. Watch and see. Watch.
And
Watch that guy. You see, he's still in the league.
Yeah, he gonna be bouncing. I believe he gonna be bouncing.
Tom, this is another one. Knox from Kentucky. 1 year, because he's shooting some threes in the tournament and stuff and he's going in the first round and stuff. And then look at him, he can't make it in the NBA and stuff. That he's on the bench like number 8 on the Knicks. When you're on the bench as number 8 on the Knicks, man, come on.
But listen, we can go on and on with so many players year after year. So many good players that was real good. They wasn't star level, but they were real good, and they came out freshman year. They came out too quick, too early, and didn't develop their game. And now they lost, and then you don't even, you got cats, some who go to the G League don't never come back. Look at my man from the slam dunk contest who just won the slam dunk contest, right?
Oh yeah,
right.
But then you got guys like Scotty Barnes and them who come out in their first year, and they make all stars and all that, man. So that's why I said you gotta have that caliber. If you're not that, if you ain't that, then you need to stay in school, bro.
Right, you gotta be NBA ready.
Right.
And for me, I think the junior year. I think if you're a good player,
I think the junior year you should be NBA ready. Now, Big Edie for Purdue, perfect example, right? They were trying to push him 2 years ago. I said, you crazy? He's going to get eaten alive. He's not ready. Now, when he gets drafted,
they gonna eat him up in the NBA. They gonna eat his ass up. But you know, he ain't gonna eat that big white boy up. He started
out playing baseball. Before he was playing baseball.
Wait till you get to the NBA. You get to that. He ain't gonna last in the NBA.
Don't think so, Ted?
He's too stiff, man. He's too stiff. He ain't gonna do it.
Oh man, Big Edie ain't gonna last. Well, listen. That was just my opinion with question number 4. And so, listen, to my viewers and listeners, who do you think is going to the Final Four? Please insert your picks in the YouTube comment section. And you do not even have to explain why. I will read several of your picks on my next show. So I want to thank my guests, Jay Ice from Brooklyn, New York. My man Ted from Harlem, New York, baby. And yes, Big T from the Boogie Down, Bronx, New York. I want to thank all 3 of y'all. I appreciate y'all so much. Listen, to my viewers and listeners, please continue to check me out on YouTube and subscribe. Check me out on the streaming platforms, Apple and Spotify. Also, please remember to check out the Dewey Does Foundation that is fighting childhood obesity, which helps support youth sports, fitness, and health at DeweyDoes.com. Also, check out the Even Flow Coffee Company, created to combine the interests of coffee lovers, fashion, and music. For more information or to make a purchase, visit evenflowcoffee.com. As I always say, sports is what keeps this world from going insane, either in the pandemic or no pandemic. Until next time, take care.